Our modern world places such heavy demands on our time and attention that the need to remember our responsibilities to others is greater than ever. Perhaps we make too much of what is wrong and too little of what is right. The trouble with gloom is that it feeds upon itself, and depression causes more depression. We may hold different points of view, but it is in times of stress and difficulty that we most need to remember that we have much more in common than there is dividing us. Over the years, those who have seemed to me to be the most happy, contented and fulfilled have always been the people who have lived the most outgoing and unselfish lives. In times of doubt and anxiety, the attitudes people show in the daily lives, in their homes, and in their work, are of supreme importance. The importance of family has, of course, come home to Prince Philip and me personally this year with the marriages of two of our grandchildren, each in their own way a celebration of the God-given love that binds a family together. Although we are capable of great acts of kindness, history teaches us that we sometimes need saving from ourselves, from our recklessness or our greed. Sport has a wonderful way of bringing together people and nations. For every poppy a life, and a reminder of the grief of loved ones left behind. It is through this lens of history that we should view the conflicts of today, and so give us hope for tomorrow. Religion and culture are much in the news these days, usually as sources of difference and conflict, rather than for bringing people together. But the irony is that every religion has something to say about tolerance and respecting others. Everyone is our neighbor, no matter what race, creed or color. I am reminded of a lady of about my age who was asked by an earnest, little granddaughter the other day, "Granny, can you remember the Stone Age?" Whilst that may be going a bit far, the older generation are able to give a sense of context as well as the wisdom of experience, which can be invaluable. The birth of a baby brings great happiness, but then the business of growing up begins. When life seems hard, the courageous do not lie down and accept defeat. Instead, they are all the more determined to struggle for a better future. People are touched by events which have their roots far across the world. I cannot lead you into battle, do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else, can give you my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the peoples of our brotherhood of nations. The wartime generation, my generation, is resilient. You've all seen pictures of the Earth taken from space. Unlike all the other planets in the solar system, Earth shimmers green and blue in the sunlight and looks a very pleasant place to live. Right around the world, people gather to compete under standard rules and, in most cases, in a spirit of friendly rivalry. Competitors know that, to succeed, they must respect their opponents. Very often, they like each other too. It's worth remembering that it is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change. While we may have more still to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again. It has always been easy to hate and destroy. To build and to cherish is much more difficult. When peace comes, remember it will be for us, the children of today, to make the world of tomorrow a better and happier place. The events that have attended to mark my Diamond Jubilee have been a humbling experience. It has touched me deeply to see so many thousands of families, neighbors and friends celebrating together greater than in such a happy atmosphere. Gratitude for her all too short life. It is a chance to show to the whole world the British nation united in greater than grief and respect. What were once only hopes for the future have now come to pass. It is almost exactly 13 years since the overwhelming majority of people in Ireland and Northern Ireland voted in favour of the agreement signed on Good Friday 1998, paving the way for Northern Ireland to become the exciting and inspirational place that it is today.
If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like and share.